everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Chris. You've reached ChrisLuvsLux, and today we're finally going to talk about this Natasha Denona Retro palette. Y'all know I had this palette for a while, but you know, now that I'm back in school, it takes me a minute to do my reviews. So I'm going to talk about this palette. We're going to talk about how I got these two eye looks. Yes, I did use different shades for each one of these eye looks. We'll talk about that at the end. But without going any further, let's get into it. And don't forget to subscribe. All right, everybody, let's get into this. My eyes are prepped and primed. They're running as well because it's very early in the morning. I'm gonna have to do something with this underneath my eyes. But anyway, this is the palette we're talking about today. We're gonna talk about this retro palette. Okay, and there have been 101 videos about this palette, right? So what I'm not gonna do is swatch it because there are plenty of videos out there that have swatches. I'm gonna be honest with you, I want to play with this palette. I have my own opinion about this palette as far as it being called the retro. But before we get into that, just want to quickly tell you what my scent of the day is. I am wearing the original Mon Guerlain, the Eau de Parfum, and I have the body lotion on first, then I put this on so I get a longer lasting, it lasts longer throughout the day, I want to say. So that is what I'm doing. I'm only working from home, and then I'm going to my daughter's game, so I'll top off before I go to her game. But that's the scent of the day. It's an easy reach. I'm not doing anything to that. All right, so I have to say, y'all, before we get into me demoing, doing the eye look and everything else, this is a mauve rosy color story, right? That's what this is. Everybody agree. This is the midi retro, but this is the mini retro. And I'm trying to understand how they come together. What is it about this that is going to give you this? They don't go. So, I mean, the color story is fine, but don't call it retro. I'm confused. I am. This is one of my favorite, and I've said it before, one of my favorite mini Natasha Denona palettes. Why? Because of these greens right here. They set it off for me, right? So I do use this quite often. Not on camera necessarily, but this is an easy reach for me. Boom. A really quick light look, but it has that little sparkle of green. So when she said she was coming out with the retro, before, you know, all of the things kept it like this. So I was like, oh my God, open the packet, open the packet, open the packet. When she opened it, and I'm like, well, where the green at, boo? Where's the, I mean, I'm okay with not having the light pinks. It was really the green for me. That was what I was looking for. And excuse me, it wasn't there. So anyway, that's my little 2 cents. But we're gonna just jump right in, you know, to the video, because I mean the demo, because I really want to get into this. All right, so I'm not sure. I'm trying to figure out where I want to go. I haven't even opened this palette. I opened it and closed it right back. But I think what I'm going to do today, I am going to do 2 eye looks. Why not? I'm going to do one on this side. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do one on this side using this side, and then one on this side, and then I'll use the middle for the inner and outer corners. I think that's what I'm going to do. Something like that. But let's start off. I'm going to start off with Amara. That's this shade down here. That's my alarm telling me to hurry up. So these mattes are her cream to matte formula, but you're going to be able to tell from how easy they go on and blend out. I'm really just using my windshield wiper Yes, I'm blending out really. Want to make sure it's really blended. Okay. I'm going to take my, what is this, the classic crease. What I'm going to do is go into Go-Go, which is this shade right here. And I just want to use a little bit of it because I want to just put it right here above the shade I just did, the Amora, just to blend out a little more. Yeah, just want to blend that out. Okay. For my actual lid, actually for the crease, I'm going to say first. For the crease, the outer corner, I'm going to take my jumbo blender. And what I'm going to do is, I'm going to go in with Rebellion. That's this one right here. Because I haven't decided what I'm putting on my lid yet. But I do know I'm going to use Rebellion. Oh, how about I tap in a little more? And I'm going to tap that in there. Tappity tap tap. Let's see what Rebellion is giving me. I mean, it's a pretty shade. It's a nice, I want to say cranberry type shade. I know 3 of the shades in here are re-promotes. That's pretty. I think this is a re-promote though. I want to say 3 of these shades are. I just don't remember which ones they are. I will put them in the description box below, which shades are re-promotes. Okay, that's all I'm gonna do for the outer corner for right now. For the actual lid, I'm gonna go in with Hello. That's this shade right here. This one right here. We're just gonna go in and we're gonna put that on the lid. You know, normally I do not use a brush for Natasha Denona Metallics, but my nails are long, y'all. They're way too long, and all I'm gonna do is dip my nail in it by accident and screw up the palette. Yeah, okay. And this is fine. This is so easy. This is, and it's typical Natasha Denona. Just gonna blend this out, that everything be so easy to blend. You know, we gonna put that Zion palette to the side because that black was not, that wasn't it. That wasn't hitting. But anyway, not in my opinion. But she brings it when it comes to this. This is very easy to blend out. This is not anything you need to overly blend. Look at that. Just like that. We can go to the other eye. That's simple. For this other eye, what I'm going to do is I am actually going to go in with Andy. That's this shade right here. So I'm going to go in with Andy. This look like a little light purple action going on. Yeah. That's, see how Andy comes up on my skin tone. Yeah, Andy's a little, just a tad bit ashy, but that's okay because I'm going to put another color over it. Okay. With Ashy Andy, that's what we're going to call Ashy Andy. What I am going to do is take Swing, which is this metallic right here. And I'm actually going to go in with that. Doesn't have to be a matte in your crease, y'all. Doesn't have to be. You can use a metallic as your transition. I've done it plenty of times before. That's pretty. Just gonna use a little more. Just cleaned off my classic crease so I can clean up this line. Just that quick. Okay. Then I'm going to take my jumbo blender, blah, blah, blah. And I'm going to go in with this shade right here that's called Groove. That is a cream to matte formula. Let's see how I picked up a lot too. Let's see how this goes. So it's just a tad bit deeper than this side, but they almost look the same if I'm looking straight ahead, right? Okay, so now what I'm going to do is just want to blend this out right here. Sometimes you have to watch how you hold your brush. I hold it like this, it blends the whole thing out. I hold it like this, it's just blending out that line because it's a little harsh. There you go. Yeah, I like that shade. That shade, I really, really like. Okay. All right, so what are we going to do for this lid shade here? Where shall we go? I said I was going to stay over here, and I am. I'm going to go into Glitz. And that's this shade right here. This one right here. And I'm going to put that on my lid. Okay. Ooh, that's glittery. Yeah, that's like a glittery. But it's okay. I just take my time. So there's no fallout. It's giving me almost the same look on both eyes, y'all. But I used different colors, which says a lot about the palette. I'm just all I'm gonna say and for right now. But let's finish. Okay. All right, so let's go over again what I did because I'm finished with this eye. On this eye, I used Amora as a transition, right? Then I used Rebellion in my outer corner, and I used Hello on my lid. That's this eye right here. On this eye, I used, what did I use? Andy in the transition. Then I went and used Swing to overlay on the transition. That's this one right here. I used Groove in the outer corner. And then on my lid, I used Glitz. Tell me if those are almost identical. I think this is more on the mauve side versus this is deeper, right? This is more deeper purple, you know, side. But And that's with me going close up, right? All right. So what I'm going to do is finish the rest of my face and then I'll be back. All right, y'all, I'm back. Here is the final look. And I do love the final look. You know, it is perfect for everyday work, etc. It is perfect for that. I think the looks are fine. I want to talk about the fact that I used shades from this side, shades from this side, right? None of the shades are repeated on the eyes, with the exception of I blew the bottom lash line out with this shade right here, which is apart. So I used a Mora on this eye under lower lash and Groove on this eye, but then I used apart this brown shade right here just to give it a little, to deepen it a little bit, right? Other than that, none of the shades are repeated on either eye, yet they look very similar, right? And the reason I point that out is I want you to think about that when you think about how much variety you can get. Now, I'm not saying that this is not a good palette. I'm not saying that the textures from what I use, and I use what, 7 of the 15 shades, right? Actually, I used Mod, this white shade right here, in my inner corner. So I actually used 8 out of the 15, and they all performed fine. There was no problems with any of it, and I didn't anticipate there being any issue. My question is, are you looking for variety or are you not? If you don't need that much variety from this palette, then you're fine, right? I think that if she had added these greens in there, right, or something similar in there somewhere, then you would have been able to really turn it up. Now, so those are my final thoughts, y'all. I mean, I think it's, like I said, it's beginner friendly, work use, etc. Yes, you can do it. I even think that this is a good bridal palette. I think that if you are doing wedding parties, and a lot of wedding parties, they want something soft and pink, you can do this, and you have a lot of outer corner shades to play with. I think you can definitely use this, especially if you use this in conjunction with like the Glam palette or something like that, where you can get a lot of more lid selections from the Glam palette and use this palette to deepen up outer corners. I think there's a lot of different things. I do like the packaging. I love this pink shade. That's really the only thing that is kind of similar to the retro. But anyway, I'm gonna get over it, y'all. Right? So like I said, if you are a collector like me, then you know you're gonna get it. But the question is, will you really use it, and do you really need it? I think that this, if you don't have any Natasha Denona, it is a need. If you do, then you just want the palette because you really don't need it. You can get these shades from Lila and some of the other palettes if you have them, okay? So those are my final thoughts. Let me know down in the comments what you're thinking about this look. Did you get this palette? What are you thinking about the palette? I'm going to play with it, y'all, and I am going to use it, especially when I'm rushing to get ready for a video call or something. This is a very easy reach. So that's what I can see myself using it for, not for going out though. I wouldn't use this just to, like, I'm going out, you know, I'm gonna turn up a little bit. So this is not a turn up palette, right? This for me is an everyday palette. All right, y'all, let me know what your thoughts are down in the description, in the comments below. If you are new here, don't forget, or even if you're not subscribed, go ahead and click that subscribe button. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so every time that I upload, you are notified. Everything about what's on my face, the complexion and everything will be down in the description as well. Don't forget to like and share the video. Follow me on IG. With all that said, stay safe, stay healthy, and stay tuned. I'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys.